Wanna know which hero to pick and which one not to pick? Wanna know which hero is currently trending in the meta? Well, my friend, you are here on the right video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we are going to be giving you the ultimate tier list. As always, let's take a look at the current meta and see all the heroes with top 10 win rates, ban rates and pick rates. Since this video is being made for all ranks and having a bigger dataset is always good, we are going to be taking a look at all ranks 30 days. First, let's check out the heroes with the top win rates. First up is Lolita with a glorious 57.42% sitting in the first place. Lolita is an amazing hero if you are trying to counter heroes with projectiles. She now is good because so many heroes with projectiles are now in the meta. There's so many team composition that falls off if you just pick this one hero, which is crazy. And it's not like she needs a nerf. Moontoon don't nerf her. She's not a tank that can be used all composition like other heroes. She has a high win rate because people pick her to counter heroes. If heroes are being countered, you tend to win. If you win, the hero's win rate will go up. The next surprising hero who has made an entry to the list is Vices with 56.11% sitting at second place. Vices right now is a very decent hero that you can play well if you know how to maximize his passive and also know how to use his ultimate properly. If you look at his pick rate, it's sitting at 0.64%, which is the 65th place in the pick rate. 65th place in no way, shape or form is bad. But it's not good enough for him to be the best of the best. Up next, sitting in third place with a solid win rate of 55.73%, we have Argus. Argus is one of those heroes who can completely turn the tables in the late game scenarios. His ultimate, Eternal Evil, is an absolute game changer, allowing him to survive and deal immense damage when other heroes would just fall. Right now, Argus thrives in the meta because of his insane scaling potential and ability to split push. Should they focus on taking him down only to watch him revive during his ultimate, or just avoid him entirely, giving him free reign to wreak havoc? Either way, it's lose-lose for the enemy if they are not careful. Coming in at number 4 is Florin. With a solid 55.21% win rate, Florin remains one of the most effective healing supports in the game. Her ability to provide global heals with her ultimate, Blooming Blessings, makes her invaluable in team fights. On top of that, her passive, which allows her to give teammates additional states, provides an edge for her team. Florin's popularity stems from her simplicity and utility. She doesn't require a steep learning curve and can fit well into almost any team composition. She is a great choice if you want to play a supportive role and carry your team to victory. At 5th place, we have Ben with a 54.82% win rate. Ben is an underdog who thrives in the hands of players who understand his potential. His AoE damage from Shark Bite and sustain from second skill make him a reliable choice in both team fights and split pushing. While he is not the flashiest hero, his consistent damage and ability to snowball games makes him a solid pick, especially in lower to mid-rank games where team coordination may not always be top-notch. Next up is the Iron Balls, the Totkacha, holding a 54.79% win rate. The Totkacha excels as a tank or fighter hybrid. He is particularly effective in peeling for his team and initiating fights. If you are a fan of engaging hard and setting up team fights, the Totkacha is a reliable choice. Our 7th hero is the queen of late game carries, Mia, with a 54.62% win rate. Mia's passive and attack speed scaling allows her to become a monster in the late game. Her ultimate, Hidden Moonlight, provides immunity and mobility, helping her survive tricky situations. She is an excellent pick if your team needs a hyper carry, but keep in mind that she is very vulnerable in the early game. Picking Mia means you are committing to scaling up and focusing on proper positioning in team fights. At number 8, we have Hylos, boasting a 54.56% win rate. Hylos is a tank with incredible sustain and utility. His Ring of Punishment and Law and Order combo allows him to lock down enemies effectively. Plus his ultimate Glorious Pathway can be a game changer in both offense and defense, giving his team the upper hand in positioning. Hylos works well in composition that require a frontline tank that can soak up damage while providing crowd control. Ninth on the list is Khalid, sitting at a 54.55% win rate. Khalid's strength lies in his mobility and sustainability. His ability to deal AoE damage with Raging Sandstorm and heal with Desert Tornado makes him a formidable fighter in skirmishes. He thrives in lane dominance and can snowball games if played aggressively. Khalid's kit make him a solid choice for players who enjoy brawling and controlling the early to mid game. Finally, we have Popol and Koopa with a 54.37% win rate. This duo offers a mix of damage, utility and control. Popol's traps and Koopa's aggression create opportunities for both offense and defense. They are versatile and able to fit into roles like jungle or marksman, depending on your team's needs. If you like heroes who can adapt to different situations, Popol and Koopa are an excellent pick. Now that we are done with all the win rates, let's check out a few more and see if there is something interesting going on in all categories. Here are all the most banned heroes in all ranks. Okay, Hayabusa is still most banned hero in all ranks. Even if we are taking everything into consideration, I can see why he is so feared. But it's all ranks. And I can also see lower rank people finding him difficult to handle. But it's fine. And in Glory Plus, Zuzin is the most banned hero. Man, she is still too OP. Time to take a look at all the pick rates. Mia is also the most picked hero from all ranks. If you look at the other ranks, she is also the most picked hero from Mythic to Honor. Gatut Kacha. This time around, Gatut has made an appearance in all the top 10 straight, showing us that he is really solid and safe choice. He is at number 3 for pick rate, despite having a ban rate of almost 50%, which just shows how much of a contested hero he is. And another hero is must pick or ban is Zuzin. She is the highest ban rate in the higher ranks for a reason. She is a really good hero. I don't know how Moontun are going to balance her, but she is a crazy hero for you to pick and win matches with. Now since we are done with all the sides, let's get into the meat of this video. This video tiers from SS to D, and each hero is carefully picked based on their current metrics like win rate, ban rate and pick rate, how good they are in the game, recent changes done to them, or the items that affect them, and the opinions of our community and MLBB community in general. So this is the list. SS tier. These heroes are the gods of the battlefield if you want to crush your enemies and leave them questioning their life choices. These are your go-to picks, absolute beast, no debate is needed. S tier. These heroes are mythical glory players, just shy of immortal. They are amazing, but a smidge away from the GOAT tier. Still, they will make your enemies regret their decisions. A tier. Reliable workhorses with a hint of flair. They won't steal the spotlight at every moment, but they will get the job done and occasionally surprise you with some serious playmaking. B tier. These heroes are the unsung heroes of the game. They may not shine in every match, but with a little effort, they can still punch above their weight and carry the day. C tier. These are your situational specialists. They might not be your go-to choice, but when the stars align, they will make you look like a genius for picking them. D tier. These poor souls are like the last slice of pizza nobody wants. They are trying their best, but in this meta, it's hard to recommend them unless you are feeling extra adventurous. So here is the final list. Pause, take a screenshot and look at them. You can even comment down angrily that your main is not in the SS tier. Guys, if you're playing well with a hero that is not in the higher tiers, it's not the list that's bad. It's just you that who is really good with that hero. So pat yourself in the back. Now let's take a look at all the SS tier heroes and a few S tier heroes. I will explain why I put them here. Making her entry to the SS tier is none other than Fanny. Fanny was in the S tier according to the last patch, and she was in the S tier in the patch before the last patch. But now, with that stupid buff, she has become a high-speed flying saucer, cutting through everything even though you have like 50 matches on her. Before the buff, if you wanted to play Fanny decently, you at least needed 100 to 150 matches. And you had to understand the concepts of her angling, how to manage your cables, how to manage your energy, but still travel across the map without walking. When you should use more cables, when you should use less, and so much more. Now you still kinda have to do that, but she is just more forgiving. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. The next hero we are going to talk about is none other than Hayabusa. Well, for one, he is the most banned hero until Mythic Glory Plus, which just shows you how feared he is across the majority of the game. He is a really good hero to play and pretty easy too. If you just practice and understand his skills properly, he is really tough to deal with and he can dodge everything if he can pop his ult off. And is also really hard to catch with his skill 2. If you're looking for another flashy assassin to impress girls, maybe Hayabusa is your choice. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Up next is Zuzu. I already did talk about her and there's nothing really I wanna say more. But she's a must pick or ban hero because of her skill. All you have to do is just float around the map and you will get the wins. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. The next hero is Mia. We also have already talked about her a lot. So if I have to say anything more, just know when to pick and when not to. If you can't farm fast or there is a counter for you, I would think twice before picking her. Here are the suggested builds and emblems for Mia. You know he would already be here. It's Mr. Balls of Steel. He was the standout hero in our state section and we also briefly talked about him in the win rate section. He is a great hero and he can play multiple roles. Just play him whenever you can. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. If we spoke about Fanny, we have to also speak about Ling, shouldn't we? Ling also is now very easy to use and win matches with, but you should again practice him and know what you are doing. If you do great, now you can fly around the map collecting tiers. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Finally, we have Phobius. Phobius is one of the most banned heroes in all the tournaments, and he is for a reason. He's just so tanky and dominate in the lane and team fights. He is just unkillable, and he also sometimes has a surprising amount of damage even though how tanky he is. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Although I would love to go over all the S tier heroes, the video will be too long. Sicilian is one of the best mages in the game. The only reason we didn't put in him was because of his weak early game. If not, he would have been in the SS tier. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Up next, we have Suyu. Suyu is also a great hero. He was just nerfed, that's why he was not put in SS. Well, he is not really as broken as he was before, so that's why I'm comfortable putting him here. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Now let's check out Saito. Alright, he is an amazing hero with basically no cooldown. All his skills are so spammable right now. Every single Cyclops main is floating in the air and celebrating their victory. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Next up is Hilda. Hilda is so amazing hero. Man, she is strong. There are very few heroes who can go head to head and win against a good Hilda who knows how to utilize bushes for an advantage. She is also a great hero for roaming around thanks to her first skill, which means you never have to stay in single lane. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. The final hero in the S tier I would like to shine a spotlight on is Kadita. She is fast, she is super fast. With all her animations, she can kill people before they can even react in any shape or form. So pick her whenever you can. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. So that concludes all the heroes I would like to talk about. Here again, you can take a look at the tier list. So guys, what do you think? Did you like the tier list? Are you happy with all the placements or you wanna swap some of them around? Comment down all your answers below. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.